Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Sick and the Sikshot Gaming channel, and I am back with another video for you today. This is going to be on a more traditional fighter from the videos I've been doing. I'm doing a lot of Demon Slayer content, but now we back to the traditional fighter stuff, and this is a video on the DNF Duel game. And there was a beta this weekend, so this is my impressions on the beta, and I'm gonna show you some gameplay and so on and so forth. The first match is my Berserker going against somebody else's grappler. And we're gonna talk more about how I feel about the names and stuff with the character, stuff like that. But anyways, so the beta was this weekend, and I played a good amount of game. I don't think I played enough of it, but I played a good amount to have a fair assessment of the game and so on and so forth. So let's get to a little backstory. So I believe this game, the original concept from where they get this game from is from a game called Dungeons and Fighters or DNF Online or something like that. And it's a beat 'em up game in Korea, I believe. I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's Korea. And they decided to make a fighting game out of it. Now, I seen the trailers a long time ago. I've been keeping up with the character trailers that's been coming out. I've been kind of contemplating if I want to do reaction videos of those or not, or I was just gonna wait till everybody come out, like all the character trailers come out, and then do a video to that. But so I don't know where they surprised us with a beta, right? So I'm like, alright, the 10 character trailers that they showed us is in the beta, so that's really good. So now my impressions of the beta. The beta was alright. There was no training, right? There was no training mode like other betas we having, or you could just play the computer over and over and over. There was none of that. So you just playing people online. So you basically had to learn this game on the fly, like an old fighting game, right? Like if you go to the arcades and so on and so forth, you just gotta just play and put stuff together, which was kind of cool. Like it bring it back to some like old school terms of how we used to play fighting games back in the day. There was no training mode in the arcade, stuff like that. You just had to go and just play and just figure out the character. So I actually kind of like that aspect, but I feel like I wasn't optimizing the character to its full potential since I ain't had no training mode to train to like practice combos and so on and so forth. So I started trying stuff during matches, but I also wanted to win and stuff during matches. So it's kind of hard trying to find the balance. So yeah, but besides that, when it comes to aesthetics of the game is very beautiful. Does it look as gorgeous as Guilty Gear Strive? Maybe not, but it looks just as good as Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. And speaking of Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, when I compare these two games, they kind of similar, right? Both of these games is kind of similar with some stuff. Like both of these games have like simple inputs, and then you also have the motion inputs, right? And Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, when you do a simple input with your skill attacks, it'll be like a cooldown, probably like a 5-second, 10-second cooldown, depending on the move. Maybe never 10 seconds, but probably like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 7 seconds, something like that. And when you do the motion input, the cooldown will be instant. Like your skill will come right back to you. Where this game is a little bit different, even though they both of them almost have the same mechanics with the simple input and motion input. But this game, right, has a meter system that you always going to have, right? You have a meter system, and this meter system is how you do your skill attacks, right? And for example, I don't know the exact numbers, but for example, maybe one of Berserker's skill attacks will take 90 mana, right? But the thing is, as long as you have 10%, from what my understanding is, even though that move takes 90 mana or meter or whatever like that, as long as you got 10% of the meter, you're able to do the skill move, right? So it doesn't lock you out of doing a skill move if you don't have enough meter for the move. As long as you have meter, you're going to be able to do it, to my understanding. Now, I could be wrong, but for me playing the beta, that's what I got from it. Now, if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment sections below. But yeah, so let's say you do a move that takes 90 mana, right? It will take the 90 mana, right? And then your skill move will regenerate over time, and it will regenerate faster if you're hitting the opponent and so on and so forth. Now, when you do the motion input, it's like an instant meter regen or something like that. Now, I didn't know about the motion input until basically the end of the beta, so I never was really able to incorporate it really into my game. I probably got a couple matches when I was really incorporating it, but it was just so much easier to do the skill input. And normally I don't really like when they start playing like easy mode stuff with fighting games, but it kind of made sense for this game. The only problem I probably have with it is when it comes to DPs, because you just got a one button press DP that people just spamming over and over and over. And I found myself a couple times doing that myself, because it's a one button DP. Hey, but besides that, I have no problem with the simple input system. So what does gameplay like? So even though it reminds me a little bit of Grand Blue with the skill moves, and not entirely, because they both go about it two different ways, but just the fact that it got simple inputs and motion inputs. So even though it reminds me like that, it doesn't play like Grand Blue, like in the whole grand scheme of things. Right now, where it does play like Grand Blue is kind of in neutral. You got slow walk speeds. There's no double jump like a traditional anime fighter. This is more like a grounded based fighter. You can't block in the air and so on and so forth. So if you're used to Arc System Works games, you're used to air dashing, blocking in the air and so on and so forth. But this game, just like Grand Blue, has none of that. There's no air dashing, there's no blocking in the air and stuff like that. So it's kind of more grounded like Street Fighter in that type of sense. So that's where it reminds me of Grand Blue, or like that. But that's where kind of where the comparison ends, besides graphics and how initially the game is. Right now, they added a whole bunch of other stuff into it, which I think is cool. But then, I don't know if it's going to be a problem later on. So, this is a 4-button layout game, right? So you have 2 attacks, right? Also, there's no auto combos. So that's kind of good. There's no auto combos. One thing I didn't like about Grand Blue is the auto combos. That was kind of like, when I used to play Grand Blue, the auto combos, when people just be mashing auto combo getting hit, that was kind of annoying. But this doesn't have an auto combo, right? So every character standing light attack is a 2-hitting move if you press it twice. That's like the most you're gonna get like with confirms, right? Like if you need to confirm something, you could do 2 hits, which is standing light. And to my knowledge, every character has a 2-hit standing light. I touch every character though, so maybe not Ranger. He's probably one character that don't have a 2-hit standing light. But almost everybody else who has that actual physical attack, to my knowledge, has a 2-hit standing light. So that's the most you're going to get with auto combos when it comes to confirming something, right? But you don't have a medium auto combo or nothing like that. And do you even really call it a medium? I don't know. So basically, you got your standing light attack, and then you got your light attack, which is the square button, and then you got your heavy attack, which is, or if you want to call it, it depends on certain character. If you want to call it medium attack, which is the triangle button. Then your circle button is, if I remember the name correctly, is your skill, right? Every character is different. Now you can chain combos like Gatling. You could do light, medium into heavy or your skill attack, but that's not the case with every single character. Now, an example would be, what's the character name? Lancer or something? I can't remember. The character with the spear. I can't remember his name right now. But he can't link his lights and mediums or heavies, whatever you want to call it, into his skill attack, right? He can't do it. I don't know why he can't do it, but the way he works, he can't do it. But a character like Striker could, or a character like Berserker can. So I only played around 4 characters when the beta was out, so I could tell you about Grappler, Striker, Berserker, and I forgot that last one name. I think it's Lancer, the one with the spear. I forgot his name, but I got gameplay in him, so when I see him pop up, I'll be like, oh my god, I remember. But yeah, so every character plays different. That's another thing about this game. Every character is very unique, and game styles is very, very different. Like, Striker plays nothing like Grappler, and even though you got kind of like 2 spare characters or some long range characters with Inquisitor and Lancer, I really don't think that's the name. I think I'm thinking about Fate State right now, but whatever that character name is, right? I can't remember. That's another problem I have. I don't want to talk about. Whatever that character name is, they kind of got long range weapons or something like that. So, but they don't play the same as well either. So every character plays differently. So that's really, really good. But going back to what I was originally saying, I got off topic. Some characters can't link into certain moves like other characters can, right? So yeah, you could Gatling between your light and your heavy attack, but sometimes with a certain character, and the only case I found this so far was with the Lancer character, but every other character I was able to Gatling into my unique attack, but maybe there's another character who can't, so you gotta watch out for that, right? But yeah, so you have your light attack, you have your heavy attack, you have a unique skill. No, you have a skill attack, and then you have your unique skill attack, right? I think I've been saying it wrong the whole time. But yeah, you have a unique skill and your unique skill, right? So your unique skill does take away from your meter, where your regular skill doesn't, right? So your unique skill moves is your X moves, and those are going to be the one that take away from your meter. And those moves is important because obviously they give you some more combo possibility. They could cause some hard knockdowns and so on and so forth. They the meter based moves, so these going to be your stronger moves. And then also the way the health system works in this game is that when you hit a person, you do white life, right? You do red life and you do white life. And your red life, obviously you can't recover, but there's going to be some white life that you can recover, right? So when you get hit by regular attack moves in this game, like your light attack, when you get hit by lights or medium attacks, you're gonna have some white life, right? Even with some skill attacks, I believe there's gonna be even with some skill attacks, there's gonna be some white life, right? And your opponent or you are always able to recover this white life if you don't get hit. Like, you could gain that health back, right? Now, if you want to get rid of that opponent's white life, you have to hit your opponent with a skill attack, a unique skill attack, which would do nothing but red damage. And it takes away the ability to heal back all that life. So as you see on screen, there's going to be situations where I get hit or the ranger gets hit, and you're going to see some white life, right? Not right there, as in that round. I just got bodied. This man, Ranger is a problem too. Ranger is a real problem in this game. I don't know, maybe it's just a bad matchup with Striker, but Ranger is really annoying. But going back to what I was saying, so as you see right here, right, there's white life, and then once I did my unique skill attack, it hits the opponent and it took away all his white life, so you can't gain that white life back no more, right? So this is important too because chip damage causes white life, right? You could chip a person out and cause a whole bunch of white life. So you can be playing the game, right? It cause a whole bunch of white life, like probably like half of the health is white life, right? And your opponent technically recover all that life, but then you get that one hit in and then cancel right into a combo that does a unique skill, and your opponent lose all that white life, and then it's over. So then that's where I don't know how to feel about that yet. How prevalent chip damage is going to be in this game, because with certain characters like Berserker, I could close up a lot of chip damage with Berserker, and then if I hit you, and then Berserker got a command grab as well, so it's like damn. But if I hit you, it's over, right? Like I could give you half health over chip damage with Berserker, and then I finally get that one hit in, and then take away your health, and then it's over. So I don't know how I feel about that. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. So far, I don't really mind it too much, but yeah. Oh, okay, so this character name is Vanguard. Forgot, there you go. His name is Vanguard. I kept calling him Lancer because he got the blue hair and stuff like that from, he got the little spear type of, whatever type of movie you want to call it. And it kind of reminds me of the character from, Lancer from Fate Stay, but his name is Vanguard, so we got it. So, but yeah, moving on from there. So you see an example right here, right? You see a whole bunch of white life. That was a good example. Like there was a whole bunch of white life, and I caught the one hit, hit him with the confirm, boom, into the special, and then it was ended. It was over. But yeah, moving on. So there's a one button super as well, which keeps to the theme of having this game not too being hard. Well, like there's no motion inputs for the super. There's one button super, but you can only get a super once your life is below a certain amount. Your life gets below a certain amount, which probably looks probably like around 30% or something like that. That's when you're able to have access to your super. So yeah. Then there's a roll button as well. There's a guard button, right? There's a guard button, and when you press forward while you press the guard button, you gonna roll. So you can guard by just holding back, and then you can also guard by holding the button. But if you want, I won't recommend you guard by holding the button. But if you want to roll, because like characters in this game got really good like tools. Most of the cats got really long range tools. So if you want to roll past the opponent attack, so on and so forth, you got the roll button. And then there's like an alpha counter move. Like if you being too pressured and the opponent's on you, you say, hey, get off me. You press forward and a guard button while you're getting hit. Is the guard button the conversion button? There's also a conversion button. It's kind of like Roman canceling, Guilty Gear, or RC, and the other Arc System games where you could make it so it's more like Roman canceling, because you could make something, you could whip something and make it safe, or if you hit a opponent, you could cancel and continue combos that way. So I don't think Blaze Blue's like that. I don't think you could RC. I can't remember. I didn't play Blaze Blue in a minute, but I don't think you could RC with attacks or anything like that. But you could in this game. And the only downfall to that is that it takes away your white life. But if you have no white life, you can still do it, I believe. I didn't really mess a lot with the conversion button, so yeah, I didn't really mess around with that a lot. But yeah, but overall, if we get to the end of this video, overall, I like the game a lot. It was definitely better than Grand Blue to me. I played Grand Blue. Grand Blue was fun, but this game to me, with the little bit of time I had with it, is better than Grand Blue. And I think this is going to be a really, really good fighting game. Overall, I was impressed with the beta. I was impressed with the gameplay. I wish the beta would have included some other stuff like a practice mode and so on and so forth. But beggars can't be choosers. At least we got to play the game. All right, so I'm not gonna sit here and nitpick about that. But overall, the game is really, really fun. And if you missed out on the beta this weekend, I'm really sorry that you missed out, because it's a really, really fun game. and this game comes out in the summertime. That's a long time away. Especially this game feels like it's basically ready to come out. Like the game feels like real complete. I see Grappler got a little infinite, so maybe that's something that can be nerfed. But I feel like the game should really come out like around February to March, right? It feels really complete. It don't feel, the gameplay wise, it don't feel bad at all. It feels done. But it don't come out till the summertime, so that's the sad thing about it, because I'm really ready to play this game. I really like playing this game. I really want to make contests in the game and so on and so forth. But besides that, I really had fun with the game this weekend. The game was really fun. I got a whole bunch of gameplay from it, so I'll probably be putting up matches. If y'all want to see that, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, hopefully we get another beta. Since the game come out summertime, they gotta give us another beta, right? With the new character as well. I think there's a trailer that came out after the beta came out, and it showed a new character as well. So hopefully we get that character in the beta as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So my last impressions again, I had really fun with this game. Really good game. Feel like this game is going to be really good when it comes out. The game is nowhere near coming out, and by me playing what I played, the game felt really complete already. There may be a few things they can do. I don't know how the white life system is, how that's going to translate, but besides that, it's a really fun game. And hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and if y'all didn't play the beta, y'all learned something in the video. If you did, please smash the like button below. But anyways, have a nice day. Peace.